So hello my wonderful viewers, welcome back to my channel. So in my last video, I tell you some tips about moving to the Gambia. Some tips you need to follow before moving to the Gambia. So you have watched that video. Let's assume that you have watched that video and now you are fully convinced in moving to the Gambia. So this video that I'm doing today is about the do's and don'ts that you should do when engaging with Gambian people, what you should do and what you should not do when engaging with Gambian people when you visit the Gambia and you are here, or when you move to the Gambia and you are here. So the first don't that I have is don't talk to people while you don't greet them first. Why I say that is because like it is considered rude talking to someone without greeting them in the Gambia here. Maybe in some other countries, like you can talk to someone without greeting them, but in the Gambia, that's not the case. So before you talk to someone, you need to greet the person first, because you cannot just meet someone and you say, like for example, you are asking for direction, you want to go to another place and you say, I'm looking for this place. You need to like greet that person first before telling that person what you want from that person, or before talking to them, or before engaging with them. So that's one don't. Yeah. So before you talk to someone, make sure you greet them first. So the second don't I have is do not raise your voice over elders. Like when elders are talking to you, do not raise your voice over them. Even if what they are saying did not convince you, or what they are saying does not like favor you, you should not shout at them, or you should not raise your voice over them. So it is considered rude in the Gambia. So if you are talking to someone, you talk to them calmly with respect. Like even if what they are saying does not favor you, or what they are saying is against you. But just talk to them with respect and calmly. Do not shout over them. Do not be jumping over and shouting, raising your voice over them. It is considered rude in the Gambia here. Even the elder is wrong, but you should know how to talk to that person. You should not raise your voice over the person. So that's another don't. So do not raise your voice over elders. I think this can be applicable in all countries, not even in the Gambia here. In other countries also, it can be applicable there. Like when you are talking to someone, you need to talk to them with respect. Wherever you are, like when you are talking to elders, you should consider like talking to them calmly, easily. So that's another don't that you cannot do in the Gambia here. Do not talk over elders. The first don't is don't like talk to someone when you don't greet them first. So the second don't is do not raise your voice over the elders while they are talking to you, or while you are having conversation. Whatever the case might be. Just if you don't like, if you have an argument with them, just leave, or whatever happened between you people, if you know you will not be able to control yourself, you can just leave and come back when your mind is free and when your temper is calm. The third don't is do not call your parents by their names. Like here people, it is not advisable, even in our culture store, call your parents with their mom. Like if your mom name is Binta, you tell your mom Binta. Like in Mandinka, if you want to call your parent, you say Na. So it is not advisable to call your parents like their name. If you want to call your dad, you say Baba. Or when you want to call your uncle, you say uncle. But don't say call that person like their names. So it is not advisable, and it is not like showing respect in our culture here in the Gambia. It is not part of our culture in the Gambia here. So it is always advisable to call them with their respective titles. Not even your moms. Like even if you meet elderly people, do not call them by their names. Like you either call them dad, if that person can be your dad, you either call that person Baba in Mandinka, or if that person can be your mom, you tell that person Na in Mandinka. So either ways, if you like meet someone that can be your uncle, you call that person uncle. So you call that person in their respective titles. So but don't call them by their names. So like a person that is older than you, it is a way of showing respect to that person. But if you call them your parents by their name, or your uncles, like it is not showing respect to them. So you showing respect to them is calling them by their respective titles. So that's another done that people don't do in the Gambia here. So another don't that is not advisable to do in the Gambia here is don't hug someone's spouse. Not even hugging someone's spouse. Like do not hug women. Like men is not advisable to hug women. This is because like the Gambia, many people are Muslim. So in the Muslim society, it is not advisable to hug women. Men should not hug women. Women also should not hug men. Like men and men can shake hands, women and women can shake hands, but it is not advisable to like it is not acceptable in Islam to hug women, to hug each other. I know in other countries it's something which is normal. Even here, people are adapting to that culture, but like it is a don't in the Gambia here. So because many people like are Muslims, so in Islam it is not permissible for a man and a woman to hug each other. And here also, I think in our culture also, it is not advisable to hug each other. In like men and women should not hug each other. So that's another don't in the Gambia. In other countries, like they normally hug each other. It is part of their culture. It is like part of their greetings. But here in the Gambia, our way of greetings is shaking hands. It's not hugging. So if you want to like greet someone, you either shake that person's hand, and that also is like when a man and man is greeting each other, they shake hands. But like when a man and a woman is greeting each other, they should not like hug each other or they should not shake hands. Yeah, so I think this is something which is very common in the Gambia here, and it is not advisable also to be too friendly to someone's spouse, and it is not advisable to hug someone's spouse as the other person might be jealous of that. So it is not permissible here in the Gambia. So I think like even the spouse aspect is applicable in other countries also, because not everyone will want you to hug their spouse and to be too friendly to their spouse. So this is something which is not applicable in the Gambia here. So I think people are now adapting to the system of hugging. Like when people, I used to see some people used to hug each other, but it is not advisable. The elders did not permit it. Yeah. So another don't is don't continue sitting when an elder visit your house, or when an elder visit your compound. This is because like when someone elder than you, like when someone came to see your parents, or someone respectable or someone that is older than you came to your house to visit, and it is not advisable for you to be sitting down while you don't give that person to sit. So it is always advisable when an elder come to your house or in your compound, give that person the seat while you are sitting, or you give the people space. Like if the person come to see your dad, when you are sitting down there, it is advisable for you to get up and give them space and they discuss whatever they are discussing. Or if you want to stay, you can get up and you give excuse that person, and that person can sit there. It is advisable in that way. Even if it is not an elderly person, but whenever you have a visitor, like give that person a seat and that person can sit. So for example, like when an elder comes to visit your parents, it is advisable to give that person seat, and when they are having an important conversation, you leave that area so that they can have their conversation. Or else if that person goes, that person might like consider you like a rude person, or that person might think that like you don't have respect, because when elders are discussing some important matters, you should not be sitting there. This is another don't that you should not do while you are in the Gambia here. Another don't is don't eat something which is not in front of you. This is because like when you are eating together, because in the Gambia here normally like we share meals together. We have meals in the same bowl, so we don't eat separately. Whenever we are eating, it is always advisable to eat what is in front of you. It is not advisable like to eat all what is in front of you and you eat whatever is in front of other people also. It is not advisable. So what is advisable is that to eat what is in front of you, and when that is finished, you get up. But in the Gambia, like it is part of our culture to eat together. It's like it shows unity among us. It is part of our culture. So it is always advisable, like when you are eating, like when you ever you finish what is in front of you, you should get up. You should not eat what is not in front of you. So that is another done that you should not do in the Gambia here. I know when some people come to the Gambia, like they will not get used to the culture, like they will be eating alone. But sometimes when you see people eating together, like you feel happy. Like you feel the connection between them also. You will also want to experience it. So whenever you want to experience it, like whenever you eat something, you should whenever you eat what is in front of you, you should get up, like you should not be touching all part of the balls, you should be only eating, focusing on what is in front of you. But you will be eating on this person's side, you will be taking some from other person's side, you will be taking from other person's side, and you will making things disorganized, it is not advisable and it is not permissible, the elders don't like that, that is another don't that you should not do in the Gambia here, it's a good experience, like it brings connection among people, it brings unity and it makes the bond stronger to eat together, so that's why we always eat together in our meals, like when we are eating lunch and dinner. Sometimes like in breakfast we don't eat together, some people used to drink tea, some used to, but when we are eating food like rice, because rice is our staple food, so every Gambian meal, rice is always cooked every single day, so whenever people are eating rice, they always sit together, they eat in one bowl, which shows unity, so whenever you are also doing that, you should always eat what is in front of you and don't eat what is beyond you, so that is another don't that you should not do in the Gambia here. So another don't is don't challenge your parents' decision. So whenever your parents make decisions, don't challenge their decision. Sometimes their decisions cannot favor you, but sometimes you just have to accept what they say, don't challenge their decision. So, and also when your parents make decisions in the family, don't come and challenge it, because people did not consider that as respect, so it can be other in, I think in other countries, like you can challenge your parents, it is permissible in those cultures, but in the Gambian context and in the Gambian culture, it is not advisable to challenge your parents, even if what your parents does not favor you. Even if you don't agree with your parents, like don't challenge their decision. You can talk to them calmly and explain to them why they should like understand your decision or why you don't agree with their decision. But don't be jumping and shouting over them, or you be saying, I will do this, either you like it or you don't like it, I will do it, So don't say that to them, Just cope with them, explain to them and talk to them, They might understand your decision, but don't challenge their decision. Especially in front of people, don't challenge your parents' decision in front of people. That they might consider, other people might consider you rude, They will say you don't have respect, you don't show respect towards your parents, So here parents don't want their decisions to be challenged, especially when people are many, Some parents, like when some of their elders, some of their children talk to them badly in front of people and they are not able to do anything, like sometimes they feel like when they go out they will lose voice outside, they will not be able to talk to other people or advise other people, because they will, if they want to advise some people, those people will tell them like, look, you cannot, even control your family, talk less of other people, so it is always advisable to show respect to your parents and don't challenge their decision in front of other people, So these are the don'ts that you should not do in the Gambia. There are other don'ts that I did not recall, but if I recall them, I'll make another video of them, So we will come to the do's that you should do in the Gambia. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscription button, like this video, share the video with family and friends, and share the video in all the social media platforms. So before we go to the do's, I want to tell you about this book, Gateway to Mandinka Language. So I mentioned one don't that you should not do in the Gambia, which is don't talk to people while you don't greet them first. So this book will help you in that aspect, because if you get this book, you will be able to learn some greetings that you can do in Mandinka, so that if you learn these greetings, whenever you visit the Gambia, you can greet people and you explain to them what you want, So this book will help you with that. So this book is available on eBay. I just put it on eBay. You can check the link in the description or on the comment section. The link that you are seeing, if you click it, you will see it. So for the people that are in the UK, I have some copies for you there. No need to click on the eBay link. You can just DM me. The number that you are seeing in the description box and in the comment section is my WhatsApp. Just message me and I will give you a number to contact in the UK so that you can get your book. For the people in the Gambia here, the book is available at Taf Madiba Mall. If you enter in Taf Madiba Mall, there is a restaurant called Cafe Zola. If you go there, you will find this book there. If you tell them I want the Mandinka book, they will give it to you. And I have some copies. If you want, I can deliver them to you for free delivery. If you buy it, I will just come and deliver it to your place, So if Burfood Taf Marima Mall is suitable for you, you can also go there, So let's go to the do's